I was 19.
Mm-hmm.
My supervisor was 25. And, of course, I didn't understand. He didn't identify with himself as being gay.
Mm-hmm.
So we had a little sexual episode. And afterwards, he fired me. And I saw him years later, and I asked him, what was that about? Because he was afraid I might tell somebody, and that they would think he was gay because they knew I was gay.
Wow.
And I'm like, really? You took all the hard work away from me, years of working, just because you didn't want anybody to know you were gay. And so, yeah, it's not easy.
Mm-hmm.
It's not easy for a gay male of any race or status. I mean, it's just rough.
Yeah.
Even now, I mean, it's not as bad as it was then, but it's bad now. You know.
Well, could you tell me? I was going to ask you about that next. Like, what do you think some of the challenges are for Black, gay, and bisexual men in Baltimore these days?
Self-identification, being accepted, being beat up, losing friends and family. Those are the top things that they see, you know, because these are the things that are important in the African American gay community. Family, friends, you know, your job.
Yeah.
So these are the things that are most important to our community. So we have to maintain that stronghold to keep that together, because if it starts to fall apart, we start to fall apart, because that's what we're about. That's what we were taught. That's what we do.
Wow. And what is cause the first thing you mentioned was self-identification. What does that mean?
I should have said, okay, self-identification. First, identifying the fact that you're bisexual or that you're gay.
Okay.
That's number one. Second is acceptance.
Okay.
I don't care what a person does in the African community, you can catch them. I'm not gay because I'm the one on top. I'm not gay because I'm not on my knees sucking him, he's sucking me. And you know, it's like, so he's the one that's gay.
Yeah.
I'm just receiving a service. And it's almost pitiful to me, because this is something you love to do. You know, and you do it because it's part of you. You're bisexual. Your wife, if your wife don't do it at home, you won't go to another woman. You'll go to a man. You don't see the identification problem with that?
Right.
You know, so, and that's, unfortunately, that's a big thing. You know, that's what they call the download syndrome. Yeah, I have talked to guys online, and they're like, I'm married, I'm straight, I'm not gay, and blah, 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 blah. And I'm, okay, no problem. And we still talking, and then by day 3, we need to hook up and go to dinner, and then maybe get a hotel room after that. You know, and I let them know, no, that was not the purpose of our conversation. The purpose of my conversation with you is to identify with yourself. You know, you don't have to wear a sign and tell everybody that you're gay or bisexual, but accept that you are, and you handle it because that's the biggest problem. This is why so much is going on in the gay community, because it's almost like it's dwindling off. Because nobody wants to say, I'm a gay male. You know, I'm a man that sleeps with other men. I like to sleep with women and men. You know, when I got married, my wife knew before I started dating her, because I told her.
Oh, wow.
But being in love with my wife, I didn't straddle the fence. I stayed true to my marriage. Was I still gay? Yes. But I chose something else. I'm not going to be a bisexual male and do this, sleep with you and then go out there and sleep with him. No. My morals. One person, one personality. So, after we divorced, then I started going back out. Getting back in the realm of things. And as good as our marriage was, I would never do that again. Because that just put more pressure on me. And I don't know how bi men do it. I don't know how. No, because it's a great amount of pressure that comes with that. I know for me, I just, my self-esteem was just shot down.
During your marriage?
Yeah. And
Why?
then, because of the simple fact that I'm with you, I love you, I'm not going to be with anybody else, but it doesn't mean that I don't want to be with anybody else.
Were you still, like...
It was more of a moral thing than anything. You know, I'm with you, so I'm with you. But I could easily be over there.
Yeah.
So I just put all my mind and concentration into my marriage. I didn't go out because I knew it would be tempting.
Right.
I avoided those things.
Yeah.
And in actuality, I was running from myself. I thought that being married, having a kid, at that point in time, I think I was experimenting to see. Are you bisexual or are you gay? What quick answer came? I'm gay.
So, because you mentioned your wife knew that you were gay, like when you guys met and stuff, so you still fell in love with her as a person and all of that, but wanted to sort of see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted to, but like I said, holding on to moral and commitments and being raised with those family values. And that's where a lot of bisexual men are caught. You know. Most of them want to come out and say, I'm not bisexual, I'm gay. But because, first of all, how do you tell your wife that? And she goes and tells your family, now everybody wants to beat the hell out of you because, you understand?
Yeah.
So it's just a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
And that's why I get upset when people say, oh, you strung them along and you did this and you did that, because a lot of us are pushed into that situation. You know, my mother always wanted me to be married and have a grandkid. Well, I got married. I gave you a grandchild. And this is not working for me. And me and my wife, thank God, was civil enough to sit down and make an agreement. You know, it's time for us to go our separate ways because we're really making each other miserable. And so it was, and I see her now today, and we're like the best of friends.
That's really awesome.
You know, so I thank God for having an understanding woman in my life.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't always go that way.
This is true. No, thank you for sharing all of that. I know we talked a lot about some of the challenges and the hard things. I also wanted to ask you about what positive things exist for Black, gay, and bisexual men in Baltimore.
Oh,